All right, let's talk about a big one. How do you take a brilliant idea, that little spark, and actually make it happen? We're going to break down 4 fundamentals that can turn that flash of inspiration into something real. Let's dive in.
You've totally been there, right? You get that lightning bolt of an idea, that aha moment, and you're so excited, but then nothing. It just kind of fizzles out. It feels like a key piece of the puzzle is missing. Well, it turns out there's a reason for that. And even better, there's a way to fix it.
So, here's the path we're going to take today. We'll start with what an idea really is at its core. Then, we'll lay out a roadmap to get it moving. After that, we'll get into the different thinking hats you need for the journey. And this is the cool part, how to put them together. And finally, we'll see how the right team makes the whole thing come to life. Okay, our first fundamental is all about a simple but powerful truth. No idea, not a single one, is born perfect and complete. It always starts as something much, much smaller. Just think about it for a second. Let's say you have a brilliant idea for a new app. That's awesome, but it's also just a fragment, right? How are you going to build it? Who's it really for? And maybe most importantly, how's it going to make any money? Without those answers, it's not really a concept. It's just, well, an incomplete thought. So here's the big secret. You can't do it alone. No way. The absolute key to turning that little fragment into a solid, robust concept is collaboration. When you bring other people in, they help you fill in all those gaps, they get invested in the idea, and they help you smash through barriers you couldn't get past on your own. And that brings us right to our second fundamental. See, great innovation isn't just about throwing a bunch of smart people in a room and hoping for magic. You need a process. You need a map for that journey. And this 5-step roadmap is our guide. First up is setup. That's where you figure out exactly what you're trying to solve. Then you hit divergence. This is the fun part, the brainstorming phase where every idea is welcome and there's no criticism allowed. After that, you move into connecting, where you start to see patterns and group ideas together. Then comes convergence. This is where you get tough. You start filtering and you pick the strongest ideas to move forward. And finally, emergence. That's where you build a real concrete plan to make it all happen. All right, now for fundamental number 3. To actually navigate that roadmap well, you and your team need to be able to shift your thinking on purpose. And that's where this amazing concept of the 6 thinking hats comes into play. First up, we've got the blue hat. Think of this hat as the director of the movie or the conductor of the orchestra. The blue hat isn't worried about the idea itself. Its job is to manage the process, to keep everyone on track and make sure you're all following the map. Next, the green hat. This is pure, unfiltered creativity. When the green hat is on, it's an anything-goes zone. The goal is just to pump out as many new ideas as possible, explore even the craziest alternatives, and just push every boundary you can think of. Then we put on the yellow hat. This is your optimist. This is the sunshine and rainbows perspective. With this hat on, you're only looking for the good stuff, the benefits, the value, all the reasons an idea is amazing and could work. It's all about the upside. And on the flip side, you have the black hat. Now, this is your professional skeptic, your critical thinker, and it's so, so important. The black hat's job is to spot the risks, find the flaws, and point out why you should be cautious. This isn't being negative, it's being realistic and keeping you safe. Then there's the white hat. This hat is like a detective. It's neutral, objective, and it only cares about the facts. No opinions, no feelings. It just asks, what do we actually know for sure? What's the data say? And what information are we missing? And finally, the red hat. This is the gut check hat. It gives everyone permission to share their emotions, their hunches, and their intuition without having to explain why. Because you know what? Sometimes a gut feeling is a really important piece of data all on its own. So, okay, we've got our process, the roadmap, and we've got our different ways of thinking, the hats. But here's the thing, they're not 2 separate tools. The real magic, the big aha moment, is realizing you have to use the right hat at the right time on the roadmap. This is where it all clicks into place. Just look at this. During the divergence phase, when you need wild ideas, you're all about green hat creativity and yellow hat optimism. You're encouraging gut feelings with the red hat. But notice what's missing, the critical black hat. If you brought that in here, you'd kill every idea before it had a chance to breathe. But then later, when you get to convergence, you need to be critical. That's when the black hat and the fact-based white hat become absolutely essential. See? This isn't just chaos, it's structured, disciplined creativity. And that leads us perfectly into our 4th and final fundamental.
The thing that powers this whole engine, the team itself.
A cross-functional team is basically an innovation powerhouse. We're talking about a group where you have an expert from finance, someone from marketing, an engineer from production, a specialist from IT, all sitting at the same table working on the same problem. They're each bringing their own unique piece of the puzzle. And the payoff is just massive. I mean, when you're looking at a problem from every single angle, you naturally come up with smarter solutions and make way better decisions. And beyond that, a diverse team brings this huge, powerful network with them, opening doors to resources and support that one person could never ever access on their own. And this quote right here just nails it. It brings us full circle right back to where we started. That lonely little idea fragment gets turned into a powerful, robust concept. Why? Because a diverse team came together, they followed a process, and they used the right kind of thinking at exactly the right time. So, the next time you have that spark, that little flash of an idea, don't just let it sit there and fizzle out. Instead, I want you to ask yourself a very simple but very powerful question. Who will you invite to help you build it?